Hello, this is John. Welcome to... Hello, this is John from English Coaching Projects. Welcome to the weekly English practice.
Hey John, what's the weekly English practice about this week?
Good question, Rob. This week we're going to talk about philosophy, but the philosophy of teaching.
Phew, I thought you were going to talk about philosophy for a minute.
No, I'm going to ask some questions about why do we do certain activities in the class, why do we not do other things, and why do we teach the way we teach. At English Coaching Projects, the key is in the word coaching. We don't call ourselves teachers, we call ourselves coaches. But what does that really mean? Well, to answer my own question, it means that we like to put the student, or the learner, as I prefer to say, at the centre of the process. So this is what this week's Weekly English is all about. How we learn, why we do certain activities, why we don't do others. So basically, I asked the question, what is humanistic teaching? Am I really a humanistic teacher? And how can it help you learn English better?
Are you a humanistic teacher, John?
I try to be, but that's for the learners to decide. Okay, look at the questions at the end of the article, listen, read it, answer the questions with your family, friends or colleagues, and enjoy it. And see you next class. Humanistic learning and teaching. Coach John reflects on his commitment to humanistic language teaching, which he studied during his training, and wonders if he is still applying the principles in class. Have you ever wondered why I sometimes ask you at the beginning of class, what do you want to talk about today? Or, what languages do you speak and how did you learn them? And perhaps, tell me about a great and a bad teacher you have had. Whether we are conscious of it or not, all language learners and teachers have a philosophy of how to learn and teach. We teach and learn in our own particular way, according to previous experience, good and bad. I like to think I am a humanistic teacher, or coach, as we like to say at ECP. I decided to take a learner-centered approach to teaching English many years ago when I studied teaching. For me, that means putting the needs of you, the learner, first. Being sensitive to you as a whole person and the way you learn, and adapting my classes to you and not sticking to what is best for me. Here are some points about humanistic teaching which I remember from my studies. This is what I aspire to, and if I do not always do it, please let me know. The importance of feedback. A humanistically orientated teacher should be constantly eager to receive feedback from their students to discover where they are in their attempt to grasp what they are trying to teach. For such a teacher, perhaps their two most important professional skills are listening and observing. Such a teacher may well appreciate the Finnish saying, "You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion." Acknowledging each human person in the room. It's a very simple thing to do as a teacher, to acknowledge the individual in our classroom. We listen to the different readings of the world. We discover and compare together which words and phrases hold power or catch our attention or don't. We consider what that says about a person, what that says about us. The effect is powerful. As a result, our understanding of the world flows out beyond the shifting, dancing atoms that supposedly define ourselves. We become closer to each other. It's not always easy, especially when you disagree. Remember, 1 mouth, 2 ears. But it's a powerful thing to move away from the traditional classroom, teacher-student power relationship. In a humanistic classroom, students' learning should be self-directed. Students should want to know how to learn. The only form of meaningful evaluation is self-evaluation. Feelings, as well as knowledge, are important in the learning process. Students learn best in a non-threatening environment. My job is to create an atmosphere of trust in class, where your curiosity and natural desire to learn is nourished. A place where you are able to recognize your progress and hopefully develop a love of language learning which leads you to become a lifelong learner. And by the way, I ask you questions about your learning experiences and seek your opinions because I still want to learn about learning too. And I am genuinely interested in your opinions. That is the humanistic approach.
And here are this week's questions. According to the text, what is humanistic teaching? What is your learning philosophy? Describe the humanistic classroom. Do you give feedback to your coach? If not, why not? Do you think John or your ECP coach is practicing humanistic teaching? In what other professions can the humanistic approach be applied?